possession drills today. Did y'all expect him to do that, or?
I don't really know what to expect per se. I mean, he did position drills today, so that was cool, but I didn't know what to expect.
Tyron, how are things progressing with the younger offensive lineman Cooper and the other two Tylers?
I think they're doing very well. I mean, BB, even with his start last year, I think he was a fast starter. I think, as we've continued on, like he's really taken on to commanding the offense from the center position. And Booker, I mean, he's a fast learner as well, very dedicated, asks all the right questions. Comes in, works really hard. Then at Johnny, AJ, I mean, he's good. He's good as well. I think his technique is very refined. Coming from Oregon and stuff like that. And, I mean, they're all hard workers, and that's all I can really ask for is that you come in, you work hard, and you do things the right way.
Jake was talking about the weight room and offensive linemen in there throwing around weights you could imagine even unracking. What's it like in there when you guys are lifting?
I mean, we live hard. I mean, I don't know how else to put it, but I think when we go in there with the mindset to challenge ourselves. I think we got a great strength staff to kind of help us do those things. And so, I mean, it's been the same philosophy I've had since, high school, college, to the NFL, like go lift and go lift hard because ultimately, like the weight room does translate to the field. So,
where do you see this offense being better beyond Dak being healthy and all that?
I mean, beyond that, I think we're trying to take a step in the right direction in every single aspect. I mean, communication, technique, fundamentals, continuity, with the guys and stuff like that. And so it's something that we're working on every day, and we're going to work together in the summer as well, just so, when we get to training camp, those things are refined and they're polished, and, that chemistry is where it needs to be because we do have some new parts. Not like every part is new, but we do got some new parts, so we kind of got to make sure we're all on the same page.
Are you saying the O-linemen are getting together?
Oh, yeah, the offensive line, at the very least.
The Dak thing when Dak gets the skill guys?
Kind of, sort of. We usually use the same trainer in a lot of aspects. And some of the guys do kind of go out of the state, but the guys that are here who stay here throughout the summer and stuff, we'll get in and we'll do some work together ultimately, yeah.
What are your expectations of the run game?
I mean, I want to be the best in the league. I mean, I don't know how else to put that. I don't come in here to be 31st or number 2. Like, I want to be the best in the league. So ultimately, we're going to put our best foot forward. We're going to work at it every day, and we're going to get to where we need to be.
Tyron talks pretty openly and candidly about how he needs to be better this year. He said he's changed his diet. He said he's doing a lot more stretching. As a fellow offensive lineman, how encouraging is it to hear that from a guy who's going into his second year?
I mean, it's extremely encouraging, and I think the thing about TG is he has really special tools that not a lot of guys have. I mean, his athleticism, his ability to bend, his explosiveness, they're all very rare, and it's encouraging to see, him take the next step, in terms of improving his process because, that rookie year is always turbulent. I mean, it's the longest year of their lives. There's a lot of things that went into that, like, beyond just football. But, I mean, I think he's going to have a great year. I think he's really approached this offseason with the right mindset. And we're all behind him, as a room, as an O-line, as a team. And so, yeah.
Did you kind of share any maybe insight from your rookie year to second year over the last few months about, how you can take that next step or anything like that?
I mean, the biggest thing is just to stay consistent. I mean, something Zach Martin told me all the time was just keep ascending, always keep improving. You're not going to get to where you want to be if you take steps backwards. So always look for that way to improve. Always keep that edge about you in terms of everything you do. So, yeah.
Zach's gone, Tyron's gone, but without them, how much do their words and kind of their legacy still kind of echo with you guys as you proceed without them?
I mean, it echoes greatly, and I think it echoes greatly within this organization, how much they meant to it. All the lessons they taught me ultimately, like, I'm going to, carry on, pass on to the next guys. And, there's a standard to maintain. I mean, they established a great standard from the day I came in. They showed me how to work, how to be a vet and how to be a pro at the highest level. So that's something that, I ultimately want to continue to embody, pass on to the guys around me. So, yeah.
And there's some footage that made its way online. It was Tyron Smith doing some work with Tyler Guyton. Just how much does it mean to be able to see future Hall of Fame guys reach back and give that, to the young guys?
I mean, that was huge to me, and it was just great to see Tyron. I mean, obviously, you seen how he's still in shape, so he was showing us how to punch, and those punches were real. I'll have you know. So, I mean, it's always great to see that, and those guys are always a resource for us. I mean, Zach's told me many times, if you need anything, like call me. If you want to just talk about technique, you want to talk about the process, like anything, like just call us. They want to be a resource to us, and they want us to be great. And I think that's something that's just huge for the, the culture of the organization, and ultimately for our development as an O-line room.
Thanks, though.
No problem.
Appreciate that.